Hello everyone, nice to see you again in my next video. Today Jimmy cooked prime rib for Thanksgiving dinner.
Out of the meat, and that way when you cook it, it makes a nice crisp crust on it, on the outside of the meat. So I'm just rubbing everything with salt and pepper. Where did I put it in? Lots of pepper, lots of salt, lots of salt. And it needs to sit at least 1 day in the fridge. But you want at least 24 hours, at least 1 full day. And the salt will pull the water out of the meat, out of the top of the meat, so that it makes it. Here, we need to cut these ribs out. See if I can turn it around and get a good grip on that. Yep. I think we did it. So there's the ribs cut off. Just salt and pepper. Just salt. You can also do some on the rib side. Okay, grab. Just on the inside of the ribs. Perfect. Okay, now let me tie that back on like that. Was it like that? Like that. Okay. Now, a lot of fat. I'm going to be tying this on. Got string for tying meat. And I'm going to be laying that out. Tying that on. I'm not very good at this. I'm going to try and make it round. Nice and round. Okay, there's one. Just tie it off. Little square nut, don't want to come out. Okay, now you can see it's nice and round. Ready to go in the oven like that. Actually, I think I'll do one more. Last one. Make sure it's nice. And that we cut off, we tie back on because the ribs being up against the meat actually keeps it nice and juicy and flavorful. But we want to be able to take them off real easy later on. See if you can see that. It's going to be a nice shape when we put it in the oven. It's all tied up and rounded off, ready to go in the oven. There's 2 different ways, basically, to cook these. Well, 2 main ways. One is what they call low and slow, where you put it in low temperature and you cook for a really long time. And then at the very end, you can put it in up to really high temperature, like 500 degrees for about 10 minutes or 20 minutes. And you give it that crust, and you kind of bake on that hard crust on the outside at the very end. The other way is to put it in really high heat first, like 500 degrees at the very beginning. You get that hard crust at the very beginning, and then you turn it way down and you just let it cook low and slow after that for a really long time. It's doesn't take as long doing it that second way. Doing it the first way, low and slow, you put it in like 250 degrees and you cook it for maybe 2, 3, 4 hours, and you have to wait until it's up to temperature, and then you take it out, let it rest for a long time, and then you put it back in the oven at 500 to get that crust on the outside. I don't have a lot of time today. We're making Thanksgiving dinner, so I'm actually going to do it the quicker way. So I'm going to put it in at 500 first and get that crust on the outside first. Then I'm going to turn it way down, and I'm going to let it just kind of cook low and slow after that. That way, when it comes up to temperature, it can sit in it, it'll be ready. So, oven's up to temperature, 500 degrees, very, very, very hot. This is all smeared with butter, ready to go. And it's gonna go in the oven right now. The basic rule of thumb is at the very beginning, to make that crust, you wanna put it in for, I think, 5 minutes for every pound. And this is about a 7-pound piece of meat. So we're looking at 35 minutes. I'm not gonna do it that long because I don't want it to burn. So I'll probably put it in for about 25, and then probably just cook it a little. Here we go. And it's in. We have 10 more minutes to go, and it will have been 2 hours, but I've decided to take it out early just to make sure we don't overcook it. So I'm going to take out the prime rib and test the temperature just to see how it is, and we can put it back in and turn on the temperature and go longer if we need to. So here we go. Oh my God, it looks so good. Oh my goodness. Yum! Wow, that looks good. Oh, wow. Yum, yum. So let me find my thermometer. So actually, oh, there you go, 121. It's at 121, and we want it to be, that's perfect medium rare. So I can either take it out, or I can put it in longer and get a crispier crunch on the outside. I might do that. I might put it in at a really high heat, 500 again, just to try and crisp up that outside, just briefly. Oh, no, now we're up to 123. Oh, we did good.
Nobody home.
Nobody home. Unless you bring food, there's nobody here.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. Ah, that's perfect. Oh, yum. I thought we were ready.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, eat. I'll just carve it.
I'm ready. Eat already. So we can have. Eat now.
Maybe I take the
Ủa sao không ai cắt phần hết kia đi?
Đâu đây, lấy cơm cho con.
Yeah, do it, Chris, do it.
Anthony.
You do the chicken,
Wait.
you do the turkey.
Anthony, sit down over there. We sit over there.
I don't even know what. Like this?
Okay, cut the turkey.
None of us know how to cut a turkey.
Cut the knife. You coach me through it.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, cut that off.
Ủa sao cắt về không kêu ba má Chris rồi ba mẹ xuống ấy.
Thì cắt ra mới ăn được chứ.
Chứ kêu ai cắt
Yeah.
ra giờ. Okay. And then you. Hay là không uống chắc để vậy ngắm hoài.
So, Chris,
No, I think it's good. Looks good to me. So underneath there is ribs. Look. So whole rib, and you can cut and you have ribs, have beef ribs.
Tâm Như. Brisket. Brisket. Nó có xương này, cái này nó chín hơn cái đó.
While you cook it so that it
Anthony.
stays tender and moist. Bye bye.
bye bye.
Bye bye. Bye bye from Thanksgiving.
Bye bye.